Hello, my name is Jacqueline Moorhead, 5th grade teacher this year. This video is designed to show you exactly what a flipped lesson would look like for son or daughter. The first thing I have is a quotation by Maya Angelou. When you know better, you do better. Let's start with the term flipping. You may or may not be familiar with this term, but I want to show you a quick video that can help you to start to define it.
Every day, 7.2 million students walk into classrooms throughout the United States. These classrooms generally look the same. 30 students sit in rows of desks, taking notes in their notebooks, while the teacher stands at a whiteboard teaching a lesson. Regardless of ability level, each student receives the exact same information at the exact same pace. As Ms. Jackson presents this same material, the students respond differently. Tommy gets it, while Allison is bored, and Maria is lost. At the end of the day, these same students head home. While at home, they sit at the kitchen table doing their homework and trying to remember what Ms. Jackson said. Students like Tommy make it most of the way through the homework, while others, like Allison, find it easy and fly through it. At the same time, students like Maria get frustrated and need some extra help. Ms. Jackson recognizes that students have different needs and would love to work individually with each student, but this requires time and resources that her school does not have. One solution to this problem is the flipped classroom. Here's what it looks like. While at home, students sit in their rooms watching videos of the lesson that Ms. Jackson assigned. Tommy is still able to work at his normal pace. Allison is no longer bored because now she can use this new technology to fast forward through the easy material. And Maria is no longer frustrated because she can review the material that she didn't understand by pausing and rewinding. When she really gets stuck, she can get help from her classmates. New technology platforms like Moodle and Edmodo make it easy for her to chat online with her classmates. Just as the homework is different, the classroom is different as well. Instead of standing in front of the room speaking, Ms. Jackson walks around the room. She checks in with Tommy as he works collaboratively with some students. She pushes Allison further with some more challenging work. And she helps Maria with the pieces that she still doesn't quite get. In the traditional model, the teacher stands between the students and the knowledge. But with the flipped classroom model, the students have direct access to the knowledge, and the teacher serves as a coach, mentor, and guide, helping the students access this knowledge. The flipped classroom leverages technology in a way that lets both Ms. Jackson and the students make the most of their time and efforts.
Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit different than what we're probably used to seeing. Let's break it down a little bit more. The traditional versus the flipped classroom. In this class, the teacher is in charge of every detail of the lesson, from how it is taught to how the students demonstrate their understanding. We're talking about the traditional classroom. There's very little room to allow a student to express the information in a way that makes sense to him or her, but only in the way the teacher wants it. In class, the students are able to start on their homework, but they may have to talk with a teacher or a classmate if they get stuck, but they have the help there. So at home, students might forget the lesson and become frustrated. You might have witnessed this before. It's called a flipped classroom because the instruction and the homework time have been reversed. Okay, so the teacher creates a short 5 to 10 minute video at the most, and it's all covering the most important aspects of the topic. Examples are given and worked out, and a student is asked to actively participate by taking notes and completing the practice problems. We're talking about at home. This is what the student does. At school the next day, students' notes are checked for completion, a brief assessment is given to see who gets it and who might still need extra help. Then students begin work on their homework, which is now what they're doing in class. They have their peers to work collaboratively as needed, and the teacher is there for guidance. This is a much more student-centered approach. Let's talk about some of the benefits. The homework now becomes watching and participating with a video at home and completing notes and practice problems. It is very engaging. The students are not just sitting back passively and watching a video. If a student hasn't done their homework, it will be immediately visible because no notes will be in the notebook and a student won't be able to do well on the brief assessment check. If a student understands a concept, he or she can fast forward through the easy parts. If a student is struggling with a concept, he or she can rewind and re-watch the video. If a student is absent, he or she will still get the instruction from the teacher and doesn't fall behind. More time is spent in class on mastering a particular skill and working with others and teaching others and really learning even better. So what is it going to look like? This is a new way of teaching and learning, so we're going to take it slow. We'll do the flipped lessons in class for a few weeks so the students know what is expected of them with note-taking at home. I'll plan for about one flipped lesson a week after this initial period, moving to 2 to 3 times a week until we get the hang of it. This is more of a blended flipped classroom. We're only going to flip in math this year. While watching a flipped lesson, students are expected to have their math notebook and to take notes and to work out the practice problems. In class, students will learn collaboratively and be challenged to demonstrate that they understand each concept. All right, now I'll switch it back over to do questions.